Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Hogs Media Podcast. It's just me tonight. It's solo. Joshua wasn't able to be on tonight, so I just wanted to do a live reaction to the Arkansas Auburn game. Arkansas just fell to Auburn at Auburn, 67-60. Another game, and it's not going to be as long tonight because it's just me, so it's just going to be a brief episode. But we haven't come to you guys in a while. We haven't been able to get an episode going. So I just wanted to briefly talk to you guys tonight just after that game because that is another nail biter that we had a chance in. Kind of been the theme of the last couple of weeks. We're getting better and better as a team, no doubt, but we make little plays or don't make the big plays that cost us these big games. We were in it the whole time against the number one ranked team, 24-2 on the year at their place, not at Bo Walton, at their place. We're up one with 2.5 minutes left. And what do? We don't do anything. We can't get a clutch bucket to save our lives, and we can't get a stop. We can't. We're physically unable to do anything in the clutch against good teams. I mean, we didn't deserve to win tonight with how bad we shot at the free throw line. Don't get me started on that. If we make our free throws tonight, we win. That was the biggest key to us losing tonight. Our defense, phenomenal. I thought we played really good defense. They shot 4 for 24 from three. We shot 3 for 19, 15%. That's terrible. You're not going to beat the number one ranked team when you do that. You can't go 3 for 19 from the 3-point line. Can't happen and expect to win against the number one ranked team. Maybe against LSU, but not against the number one ranked team at their place. It's not going to happen. That's not good. It's not good enough. We shot better than them overall 25 for 55, 45%. They shot 25 for 62. They made six more free throws. We shot 7 for 14, 50%. They shot 13 for 17, 76%. That right there is big. They only made one more three than us. We played phenomenal 3-point defense. We did a really good job. I liked how we defended. I thought Coach Cal came up with a really good game plan and his assistants double teaming the high ball screen and making them throw that to Broom and then our guy helping over and then shuffling out. I thought that was a really good game plan. And like I've said already multiple times, I thought our defense was the best thing about tonight. We held the number one ranked team, and Auburn scores like crazy. They just hung 90 on Alabama on Saturday to 67 points. And you say, oh, we held Auburn to 67 points. They shot 4 for 24 from the 3-point line, and they only made 13 free throws. You tell me that 4 hours ago, I'm like, okay, did we win the game? Because those are really good stats. Those are really, really good defensive stats. But offensively, we just didn't have it tonight. And it's kind of in the theme of the season. Our offense struggles. We had another spurt in the first half tonight where we had another scoring stretch where we didn't score. 3 minutes, no score. We just get in these droughts, and we can't do that against good teams. We want to be a tournament team. We're right there. We're on the bubble. And we weren't supposed to win tonight. But it's so, so frustrating when we're in these games and we have a chance to win and we're playing well and we show that we're just as good as these top teams, but we don't do the little things to win these games. Because you don't get an award or get in the tournament by saying, oh, they kept it close against Auburn. Like, yeah, it looks good. Like, it's not going to hurt us, but nobody's going to say, oh, well, they kept it close against Auburn, but they're 18-14. Oh, they kept it close against these top teams. Who cares? If you're not winning, it doesn't matter. We're right there, but you got to do something to get over that hump. Turnovers, we had 11. We did really well recovering from A&M. I thought we did really well not turning the ball over. Fast break, pretty even tonight. Points in the paint, we beat them 40-30. Just didn't, you got to have your studs show up when it comes to these games. Number one ranked team on the road. And Big Z has been on fire lately. Absolutely been on fire. Great performance the last two games. Did not have it tonight. You can't have that. He's our best shooter, and he goes 0 for 9 from three and 0 for 10 from the field altogether. You just can't have that and expect to beat the number one ranked team at their place. I know I sound repetitive, but all these little things is what held us back tonight. He makes 3 of those 9. It's a completely different ball game. Completely different ball game. 0 for 9 cannot happen from our best shooter and expect us to win in these tough SEC games. It's just not going to work. That has to be better. Still had 8 rebounds, but Big Z is too good of a player to be scoring 0 points. I don't care if he's not shooting well. He has to find a way to get on the board. He's that good of a player. He has to figure out a way to score. Other four starters I thought played really well. Thero had 16. I thought he played well tonight. Carter Knox played well again, 11 points, 5 for 6 from the field. I thought he played really well again. He's had two back-to-back really good games. John L. Davis, he struggled a little bit in the first half, but he recovered nicely in the second half. He had a couple good drives at the end. I thought he played pretty good. He had 14 tonight, 4 assists. DJ, I just want DJ to be more aggressive. He shot 5 for 12 tonight, 1 for 4 from three. He had 5 assists. He does a really good job of facilitating, but he is so talented. He can get to the basket every time. He had 11 tonight. I just want him to get in that 15-point range. If he gets to about that 15 points with what we're already getting, we're going to be unstoppable. Just a little bit more aggressive from him. But the guy that stood out the most to me tonight, that impressed me the most, and I'm sure you guys aren't shocked by this, Billy Richmond played great. Shot 4 for 5, 8 points, and 4 rebounds. Those are great stats for him coming off the bench. His defense is already really good, but to get those points from him is close. He had a really good drive a couple times, getting to the basket, splitting defenders, getting there, finishing at the rim. Did a really good job tonight of finishing at the rim. And those couple minutes he's asked to play point guard when DJ's out, or they just want DJ to play off ball. Billy didn't turn it over as much tonight. He's been struggling with that. He's got those freshman turnovers where you just get a little bit overzealous, out of control. But he had one tonight. I thought he did a really good job of taking care of the ball. Like I said, the whole team did. There was just crucial turnovers at certain points where we didn't need them. There was a stretch in the second half. I can't remember exactly the time, but they get a steal and a dunk. And then we turn it over, live ball turnover, they get another dunk. Those two turnovers back to back, that's 4 points right there. I mean, just those things right there is what gives these good teams wins and why we are struggling. That's why we are 15 and 11 and not 18 and 8 or 17 and whatever. That's why we're on the bubble, because we aren't doing these things. It's not about talent. We are very talented, no doubt about it. Don't get me wrong. I firmly believe we are a top 15 team talent wise. You don't go and have a nail biter game with the number 1 team at their place if you're not. But you have to finish games. You have to win. You can say, well, if this, what if, what if. You can't go off what ifs to get in the tournament. Now, when we get in the tournament, anything goes from there, but we have to get there first. And tonight, like I've said already, it wasn't supposed to be a win. But again, it would have been so helpful on our resume, would have been very, very helpful. Let's take a look at their stats. Um, Broom dominated. Big Z just looked overwhelmed tonight, honestly. Broom had 16 and 13. And I know Broom's a really good player, but we just didn't have that. Held Denver Jones to 9. That's pretty good. He averages 11 on the year. That's pretty good. Miles Kelly averages 11. He was held to 7. Really good job on him tonight. He shot 3 for 10, 1 for 6 from three. Like I've already said, I thought we played really good defense on our guards. Shaney Johnson killed us. He had 14. He averages 10. I thought he was a difference maker for them tonight just with his hustle. He had 14 and 6 rebounds. I thought he was a difference maker for them tonight for sure. Baker Mazar, I'm sure all us Hogs fans are, when we see Auburn next, he's probably going to be the player we dislike the most. Kind of pretty mouthy towards the bench. So I know he's not coming to Bud Walton this year, but if he was, that'd be the guy we boo. I know that for sure. Pettiford, I thought we did a really good job on him as well. The freshman averages about 12 points a game. We held him to 4. Like I've said multiple times already this podcast, defense was not an issue tonight. Our defense the past couple games have not been an issue. Our defense has been great. It's the offense we are struggling in. And we're getting there. We're getting better. I mean, the fact that we shot so bad tonight from both the 3-point line and the free throw line is a positive that we were still in the game. So I know I've kind of gone over the things we didn't do, but we did such a good job defensively to even have a chance in that game while shooting 15% from the 3-point line and 50% from the free throw line. So that tells you how good our defense was. Now we just have to make more shots, a couple more shots here or there, cut back on the turnovers even more. I already said we had 11. I would like it to be in that 8-9 range. I know that's a lot, to ask for an SEC play, but I think we're capable of it. I do for sure. So let's move on. So, tough loss tonight. We're 15 and 11, and we're 4-9 in conference. We need to get to that seven range. I'm sure you're going to hear that from every media outlet about the Hogs. We got to get to seven to be in the tourney, is what everybody's saying. Missouri at home Saturday, 7 o'clock. They're currently beating Bama by 10, and they are at 100 points. And if everybody remembers, they destroyed us the first time we played. Let's take a look at that and see what the first time it was. It was 83-65, January 18th. We're a much better team now, but that's that's a must win. We got to win the rest of our home games. That's a must win. It's a tough game, no doubt. They're beating Alabama right now, the number 4 team in the nation. But that's a must win. We can do it. We proved it tonight. We've proved it many times this season, beating Kentucky on the road, beating Kentucky, well, beating Texas in addition to Kentucky. Apologies. But gotta have that. These next two games we got Missouri, 7 o'clock on Saturday. That's got to be a win. And then Texas comes to Bud on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, ESPN2. Those are two tough games, no doubt about it. It's not gimme games, but nothing in the SEC really is. So those are two games at home you have to win if you want to be in the tournament. That'll get us to 17 and 11. At South Carolina, they're terrible this year. Haven't won an SEC game. Got to win that. Got to win that, no doubt. They're 10 and 16 on the year. That's a game you can't lose. Must win. Got to win that. Vanderbilt, they kept it close with Kentucky for the majority of the night. We play them March 4th at their place. We always play bad at Vandy. The last couple of years, we've lost to them multiple times at there. That's going to be a tough one. I don't know how we'll do there. I would love to have that victory. They're a good team. I think they're a tournament team. Vandy is a tournament team, in my opinion. We could go in there and win that game with how well we played tonight. If we play like we did tonight, make a couple more shots, there's no doubt in my mind we beat Vandy at Vandy. So we need to win that one. And then Mississippi State at home, we got to win. I mean, right there, that's 5 winnable games. I mean, every game on our schedule is winnable from now on. Mississippi State will be tough. They'll be a top 15 team. But we have proven these past couple weeks what we can do against these top teams. Even tonight on the road, we proved it. So we're getting there. It's just these little things that we talked about tonight that we need to improve on. Well, guys, I think that brings us to an end. Let's go over baseball real quick. Baseball had their first series this past weekend, and they swept. I was a little bit scared there at the beginning. First game, I'm sure all of you guys that were watching were a little bit scared as well because it was a close game. We weren't really there offensively. Pitching was great. Pitching was great all weekend. I mean, there's a stat of how well our starters pitched. All 4 gave up less than 3 runs. It was phenomenal pitching the whole weekend. That's why we won the games for the most part. We did get some offense in game 4 and game 2, but game 1, you're like, oh man, we're going to start off with the loss, and then we just find a way to win. Find a way to win, and hopefully that's the theme of the season. I hope offensive struggles is not, but I hope finding a way to win, even in those games where you're not playing well, is one of the themes of our season, and it has been the past couple years. So we figured out offensively a little bit. Still trying to figure out all these new guys. I'll get their names down in about a month. But I thought it was a really great weekend for the Diamond Hogs. I'm looking forward to this weekend. We go to Globe Life. We got a couple of tough games, guys. I mean, our baseball schedule this year is brutal. I don't think we've been able to talk about it on this pod yet, but it is a brutal schedule. But we're good enough where we can handle it. Let's take a look. So Friday, play at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. College baseball series. Kansas State, 1-4. They beat us last year in our regional. I'd love to win that game. Saturday, let's see what we got. Saturday, we have TCU, and they are 4-0 and ranked number 22 in the nation. Another tough game. We got one of their guys on our team now. They beat us a couple years ago in our regional. That's a revenge game. I don't care if they're on the team out or still. I want that game, and I know Coach Van Horn will. Sunday, we play Michigan, who's also 4-0 at 11 a.m. So after you go to church or wake up, you got that game to watch at 11 a.m. All right. So, it'll be a tough weekend. It'll be a good indicator of where we're at early in the season, kind of see what we got against good pitching. Not to say Washington State's not, because they did have good pitchers, but this is a little bit more up there. These opponents are a little bit better. So it'll be a good weekend to see where our baseball team's at. Softball's been playing really well, and gymnastics, I think, lost barely to Auburn this past weekend, but they had a really good performance. So thank you guys for listening. Appreciate all the support. Leave some comments or your thoughts on the game as well in the comment box. Please like and subscribe after listening. Thank you guys. Have a good night.